Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is the YSL camera bag. And as I said in the title, I did buy this off Poshmark because I wanted a bag to bring to Europe that was pretty, classy, pretty, something, I could, show off because everyone dresses really well in Paris. But I didn't want to lug around the Chanel bag because I guess it's slight regret because so much, and I feel like I'm gonna ruin it because it's calf leather and it's so soft. This YSL camera bag is not calf leather, I believe. It is a harder leather. It's more durable. It's not hard. It's still really soft and nice. It's a chevron pattern with a kind of quilt on it, and it is kind of puffy. You can see it's puffy and squishy. There's no chain link details on it. This one's all leather adjustable strap, and it's very lightweight, so you can carry all your stuff inside and not feel like your back is tired or your shoulder is being pressed by the strap. This one on the YSL site, there's no measurement, so I had to go on the Saks Fifth Avenue site, and the measurement is 9 by 6.3 by 2.4. I did measure it and it checks out. That's the sizing. This one's a couple years older, and so the difference between the newer one and the older one is that the older one just has a strap that says Saint Laurent on it. It has the same YSL on the front. Real ones have a pretty thick divot between the YSL. There's not a lot of discerning factors on things that you can kind of look to see, hey, is this a real bag or a fake bag? The newer bags does have a secondary tassel with a gold, I guess, plate on it. I'm not sure what it says on it, but there's a second tassel with a gold plate. So that's a new one. The new ones right now are selling at $1,550. This one at the time of the purchaser's receipt, like on the seller's receipt, it actually said $1,300 on it. So between 2 years ago and now, it went up $250. That's pretty significant. So I felt like, hey, if I buy this bag, it's certainly gonna go up some more. Like I said, this bag doesn't have a lot of things. I think you can kind of keep an eye out to authenticate. So, but you know what's nice? As I said in the last video, the Chanel store, there is a line, and sometimes you have to wait like 30 minutes or more to get assistance to look at a bag. So it's not really a place you want to go to investigate and, look at serial numbers and see what's real or fake. The YSL store is a little bit more chill. There's a very short line, if anything, or no line. I went in there and I explained like I bought this online and I wasn't sure if it's real or not. The reasoning being that on the inside, the serial number on the back, on most of the bags I saw, said like GS something, or 3 letters followed by a few numbers. This one said YSL and then a few numbers, and I was like, that's weird. That's not like anything I've looked up, And of course, when you buy a secondhand bag, all you can do is look up all the information and facts that you can, look at the pictures that the seller provides, and hopefully you have a real bag. I did go to the store. They took out a bag. They assured me that it's a real bag. They felt it. They looked at the serial number. They showed me that the newer bags also say YSL and a few numbers on it. So I felt confident because they did a apple to apple and they said it's real. So fine. Minus one new tassel, that the newer ones have with the gold plating on it. So fine. I'm happy. I also wanted this for my European trip because, like I said, there's a zipper on it. So if someone wants to reach in and, steal something, it's going to be a little bit more work for them, okay? I bought this on Poshmark because, like Poshmark, First Dibs, and Real, there's plenty of other sites. I think List or something like that, LYST. They kind of have people who vet and try to authenticate the bag as much as possible. I want to get this off Poshmark because anything over $500, they don't ship straight to you from the seller. The seller makes a label that Poshmark provides. It gets shipped to Poshmark HQ in California, and then they have some vetted people look at it, and then when they are confident that it's real, they're gonna ship it to your doorstep, and you'll get a card that says Poshmark authentication card with so-and-so's name that took a look at your bag. So at least you have someone that also has looked at it before shipping it to you saying, hey, this is real. I am authenticating it for you. How 100% that is, I don't know. I have read some things, but I was gonna go to the YSL store for this anyway, and Poshmark does give like a money back guarantee. And I also used a credit card that pretty much said that if it came out fake, they would, help me out as well. So I had like kind of two things going for me if the bag wasn't real. So, I felt confident. In the last video, I had also said that there was a guy who went to a YSL store through a meetup. He purchased a bag, and when he, the results basically was that it was fake, and he paid the person cash. That wasn't a great story. So try to, if you're not sure, try to buy it through a really reputable second source. So I bought it from the seller who was listing it as $1,200. I know the bag was, she bought for $1,300, so having a used bag for $100 off isn't great, but I believe she offered as $1,300 because it had gone up to $1,550, so maybe she thought that was fair. You can also offer a price for whatever the seller listed as, so people are expecting people to lowball them. So I offered $1,000, she accepted, so I saved $550, how I see it. And the bag is very new. I think she listed on the receipt, it said it was like only, two years old basically. It was only from a couple years back. So within the couple years, they, I guess, put an extra tassel. Maybe they put an extra tassel to snazz it up a bit. Maybe the extra tassel is the reason why it went up $250. I hope not. Well, so that's that. So let's see what fits inside. It's pretty big. I think it actually fits more than Chanel bag, because I think it's a little wider. And so let's see, what is it? What is the width? The width is 2.4. I don't know, maybe it's not wider, but it fits more. So I'll show you. I'm gonna put exactly what I put in the last Chanel video, everything in there inside here. And there's gonna be extra room because I actually checked. I was pretty sure that this thing could fill more. I wear it pretty often. So there's that wallet, the Kleenex. Here's the hand sanitizer, the 2 lipsticks, the hair clip, face compact, glasses case, pretty large, decent sized hand lotion, and here's a face mask. And even with all this stuff, I'm gonna readjust it a little bit. You can see that there's still room to put things in. I can still fit my hand in here, and it zips up all the way. It's not really bulging or anything. You can put more things in here. The Chanel bag, boy bag, large bag, might I add, was very tight when I put it in. It was bulging on the side, and it kind of just clipped in the front. So I think this is definitely bigger. I think it's worth it. I have worn it quite a bit. So talking about wear, when I wore the Chanel calf leather bag just a few times, I felt like I was already adding scratches to it because it's very soft. The thing is very durable because it's just regular leather. It's not like unscratchable. I did create one little scratch because I kind of bumped into a side of concrete pretty hard because someone bumped into me and I scratched, and I was like, whatever. And the threading has kind of came up a bit because I think I wear it quite a lot and it's rubbing against things, so there is a little bit of that action. But yeah, I really enjoy this bag. Oh, one last thing I want to add. When you buy things on Poshmark, you can ask the seller questions about the bag. They kind of push you to ask them like, hey, can you give the measurement again? Do you smoke? Do you have animals? Because some people are allergic to animals. Some people don't like the smell of smoke. You can ask them, hey, do you wear a lot of heavy perfume? Does the bag smell like anything? Because sometimes people do spray perfume in the bag, and so when you get something, the bag will have like a very strong smell inside. When I opened the box, it did have a very musky smell. Musky, like, I don't know how to describe it. It was just a little musky smelling. Just had an odor, okay? And so I was kind of, wasn't the happiest camper. But you know what? It's not something that enough to make me complain to Poshmark. I was just like, oh, I should have asked. but I just wasn't thinking. I just felt like it was fine. It was 2 years old. It looked really new on the picture, so I just bought it. But I should ask. You should always ask. Don't be afraid to ask, because, you know, if the bag or item is perfectly fine and it just does not fit because you didn't double check the measurements or the height of something, or you didn't ask a certain question that bothers you, then they will be on the seller side and they won't return the bag for you, okay? I had a little bit of a smell, so I opened up the bag and I put it by the windowsill, and I let the sun shine inside, because, you know, sunlight is supposed to kill bacteria, I think, and maybe odor particles, unless I'm just making that up. I left it open. I opened the window, let the air, you know, kind of circulate it. I put a little bit of soapy water on it. The soap I used was leather soap, and I kind of just washed the outside of it and the inside of it, because the inside is a type of fabric, so I try to wash it as much as possible where I wouldn't damage the bag with the appropriate soapy leather water. After it had dried and the sun had, you know, made 100% dry, I put Lysol in there, fabric Lysol, and I just kind of did that a couple times. Eventually, after a week, the smell pretty much dissipated and it was fine. So that is pretty much my only warning on buying anything on Poshmark. If you're allergic to animals, if you can't stand the smell of smoke and something's not something you can really wash in a washer, you know, message the person before you buy it. Besides that, buying something secondhand on Poshmark, I think is perfectly fine. I also sell things on Poshmark that I don't wear anymore. It's a great way for other people to buy things you no longer want for a discount. It's a great way to recycle clothing, you know, that's still in very good condition that you don't maybe necessarily want to throw away or donate yet, but maybe you felt like you put a lot of money into it, but you don't, it's just maybe not your style anymore and you wanted to see someone else's style. Of course, you know, donate if you can, but, you know, it's a great way to get some money back. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Please subscribe and hit the, you know, alarm button for new videos. As of now, I don't have a timetable of when I'm posting. I am just trying to finish editing all my videos and post them, so there's many videos up. If there's any suggestion that you have for me, please put it in the comments below, or if there's something specific you want to ask about the bag, please also comment below and I'll try my best to answer your questions. Thanks so much. Bye.